Welcome, welcome. This is the Judgmental Mind Podcast. I'm Julian. We have Sebastian here and Hugo. We're talking about a movie today, a very special movie. It's a cousin movie. We've been talking about this between cousins for about 20 years. Well, we talked a little bit about it, not constantly. It's a movie called Suicide Kings from 1997, I believe. Hugo, why did you recommend this movie and why should we care?
Okay, it's a small movie. It's an unknown movie, so I want to rehabilitate to make everyone know about it. It's a small movie with a fantastic casting, not all the actors, of course, and there is Christopher Walken in. And you, Sebastian, have you seen it?
Yes, I did.
All right, wonderful.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, you want me to tell you what I think about the movie before we dive more in it? The
Yeah,
first
let's go.
question, I have a question for you, Hugo. In a sense, you answer it already, but I will tell you what I thought about the movie. I tried to like it. I tried, but I couldn't. So
I'm sure. I understand. It's a movie with stick in his time, in his period. Completely 90s movies. Completely copycat from Tarantino. Obviously, the scenery
Yeah.
it's completely a Tarantino children. I can say that.
Wait. When you say copycat from Tarantino, I wrote a little note about it. It's little Tarantino, little version of Tarantino, but it's like Walmart version of Guy Ritchie.
Yeah,
It's in
definitely.
between. It's a very, very bad Tarantino and a not as bad Guy Ritchie, you know?
Okay, let's start. To be honest, in the 90s when I watched it, I loved it. I think the dialogue or some situation they were very very funny. But now I'm a dad. I'm an old guy, and the movie is unequal. Obviously, the end is completely bad. It's the final twist. No one care. The actors, I saved three. I will explain after. Is not as good as I remember as it was.
So we had Interview with the Vampire, The
Yeah.
Crushing of Your Dreams, Hugo. Interview with the Vampire and this one. Okay. Sebastian, you said you tried to like it.
yeah,
But ultimately you didn't like it. So nothing in the movie was you found interesting.
of course, I was. I mean, if it was not for Christopher Walken, I would probably be even more bored. But of course, I liked every piece of acting of Christopher Walken. But what a shame, because he has been underused, in my opinion. And of course, the plot of the story is about the guys and kidnapping the mob guy, which is Christopher Walken. But in my opinion, it's totally underused of his talents. And yeah, the rest is, I try to understand the story. Like you said, Hugo, the twist at the end is, I mean,
The twist.
yeah, the twist. And not to mention that the twist could have been at least a little bit better if it was not ruined in literally 2 seconds, because out of nowhere, you see Christopher Walken appears in a boat. He kills both of them, and that's the end. Okay, thanks. Thanks for the killing of the twist of the twist. Anyway, I mean, yeah, I get bored. I understand the vibe of the movie of the period, so I can understand that. I like Christopher Walken. I like I don't know what is his name, the other guy.
Dennis Leary.
Dennis
Exactly.
Leary.
I really
Fantastic.
like his character. So to for what you say, Hugo, earlier, if I have to save two characters, it would be this Christopher Walken and this actor. The other guy, it was bad acting, in my opinion. So yeah.
So I'm going to use a quote from the movie to explain what I feel about this movie. At some point, Christopher Walken says, "If I don't bleed to death right now, I'm going to die of boredom." This is a very cheap movie, though. You have to realize it's a very, very low budget movie, right?
$5
5
million.
millions.
$5 million.
And out of these 5 millions, there were probably 2 for Christopher Walken, because if Christopher Walken was not in this movie, the movie would be dead on
Straight
arrival.
to
Nobody
DVD.
would have ever seen this movie.
Straight to
And
DVD.
can I say something? They probably spend more money in duct tape than in actors' salary, you know?
And, you know, the movie could have been saved, I think, if they had a real director. But for that kind of budget, you can't really get a real director.
Peter
But
Fallon.
there was a time in the 90s, right? In 1995 to 2000, there was an appetite for Tarantino-like fake movies. Everybody wanted some sort of Guy Ritchie or Tarantino movies. There were a lot of those. So there was room for this movie. They could have made it better with a real director, because the way it's filmed, it's very standard, very regular shots. There's no, like, you know, with Guy Ritchie, it's very punchy, very dynamic. The camera zooms in, zooms out, cut. And that keeps a rhythm, that keeps it interesting. This movie is a little too slow. The pacing is wrong. It's shot too conventionally. It's too bad, because there's some good ideas. There's some good stuff in there. I can see some sparks of good things. It could have been good with real actors and with real director and a real budget. It could have been good. But again, every movie with a real director, real actors could be good. So
Honestly, I think the movie is good on the 2 first acts. The last one it's not a disaster, but it's not interesting. You were talking about the twist of the end, but there is one before with the guy from E.T., Henri Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
You learn that he's the one who have organized something that we don't care. Well, there's no point.
And what a bad acting when they are crying together with the gun.
Ridiculous.
I mean, you don't see any tears, and it's very bad acting. I mean, Henri Thomas.
Let's talk about the good things. When I rewatched it, I was extremely surprised how I laughed a lot with all the sequence with Denis Leary. It's fantastic with his shoes in fish or every time he's here. I think it was great. Of course, Christopher Walken. I'm the first guardian of the Christopher Walken church, and it's a shame because he's not considered as a huge actor as can be Al Pacino or Robert De Niro or Jack Nicholson.
What? No.
He's
what?
not. For me, yes. You can
for
go to
everybody. Everybody knows Christopher. I don't know in France, maybe, but in America, everybody knows Christopher Walken is part of the top tier.
I'm not talking about to know him, but to consider him as one of the really
100%.
best. Me, yes, definitely. Every time I saw him, even the movie is not that good, like Suicide Kings, I just watch him playing, and I love the way he acts. Every time. I think Johnny Galecki is good as well. The guy from The Big Bang Theory. I think he's playing well. He's got his sequence. He's funny, and after the rest, the Sean Patrick Flannery or whatever, I don't think it's working well. And you were talking about Tarantino before. It's amazing. You have a sequence with the 2 guys who kidnap the girls. They watch Heikel and Jekyll, the 2 crowds. You know,
it's the cartoon.
You know, it's a sequence from Reservoir Dogs.
It is.
Yes,
definitely wannabe Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah.
But you can't compare. You can't compare Reservoir Dogs in this movie.
But they have copy. They have copied it, or maybe it's a
but
way
look, Denis Leary and his buddy, right? It's 100% Jules and Vincent in Pulp Fiction. That's all they do. They talk about some bullshit. Oh, my Stingray boots. They have this weird conversation. It's trying to be like, you know, it's a regular day for them. No normal thing, just like in Pulp Fiction. So I can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to do a cool movie like Tarantino and Guy Ritchie, but it just didn't happen because the only money you had, you spent it on Christopher Walken.
And he
Everything
deserves it.
else, you know, I would take just Christopher Walken in the room by himself with like one kid for the whole movie. That would be better.
But it's a shame because I think the idea of the scenario is good. To kidnap
agree, yeah.
Yeah.
the big boss of the mafia, to maybe it's wrong at this time. Why you will kidnap this guy to pay a ransom to an? That's not working well. But anyway,
You know, one of the strengths of Tarantino is that he's got a very specific tone. It is not a comedy. It is not a horror movie. It is not an action movie. It's all three at the same time. And he can switch from it's funny to it's sad. You can watch a Tarantino movie and cry. There's some really sad stuff,
I'm
right?
sorry,
But
and
you can
he's
also
got-
laugh. And but it's consistent in the movie. It's always
Yes.
the same thing.
But I think the real force of Tarantino, it's the dialogues.
Well, of course, it's all of that. But this movie, it
Yeah.
jumps from it's trying to be funny, like for example,
Yeah.
the 70s flashback where he's dancing with the long hair and stuff. It's trying to be funny, but then at the end, it's trying to be very dramatic. I'm supposed to care and cry with them. Get the fuck out of here. It didn't work. You can't jump from one to the other.
It's not working. But I think they wanted the King of New York. They wanted this character, and it's Christopher Walken, you know. So,
you know, I like to think in the script room when they were reading the table, they were like, okay, his agent called him and said, hey, Christopher, we have a movie for you. We're going to need you to play Christopher Walken. He's like, yeah. Hey, forget about it. I'm coming. And he probably was there for like 2 weeks in his trailer talking bullshit and stuff. He's a funny guy. I love Christopher Walken, but he didn't express his range in this movie. That's a sleeping movie for him, a holiday movie.
We don't know in France that it's funny, guys. I know that you told me that in America he's been to shows, TV shows, and
in
it's
France
very
it's
funny.
Terrifying, right?
Yes, terrifying in France. So we don't have this show to. I don't remember him except in few sequence or few films, but in his real movies, like important film, is not funny, guys. You know, it's always intense
and dramatic. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you say King of New York, the Ferrara movie, but I say his role is 100% the mafia guy from True Romance. That's him. It's the same thing. It could be a sequel. It could be in the same world, you know?
Because
True Romance
love the sequence. I love it.
You know? It's a fantastic sequence.
It's fantastic.
But anyway, the only appeal to this movie is Christopher Walken and Denis Leary a little bit. By the way, Denis Leary improvised most of his dialogues. That's what I read. You can see it though. You can see he's kind of like bringing it up. Like he's very natural the way he says it.
But the sequences with Denis Leary are working well. I think when they're on the car, they are talking about the shoes and after they did this sequence that I love when he been to the girl's house to find Christopher Walken, and there is this guy, this drunk guy who punch his daughter.
He's got the gene.
This sequence, I love it. I think it's still great. It's still working.
What I like a lot about his character as well is what you said, Julian, earlier, that for them is like a regular day, you know, when they go into the striptease club and he's beating to death a guy with a golf club. And at the end, he said, I told you that the graphite for the golf club is bad. I should have stayed with iron, you know, like nothing happened.
Yeah, but
you know?
You see that they did it on purpose. They intentionally copying Tarantino because Tarantino invented this. This is 100% Tarantino.
That's why I say, and Hugo, you told about the actor who plays in Big Bang Theory. I think this guy could have been good, but is overplayed. His character is overplayed. It's too much. It's and it's
all
a little bit the same.
All the teenagers, they are overplayed. And it's too much. I think the worst is Sean Patrick Flannery, the lover who's got emotion.
Oh yeah, this guy is embarrassing. He's with his hair. Oh yeah. So for the listener, let's talk about the plot of the movie. A bunch of young, really rich kids And very importantly, they have absent fathers. Their fathers are working, very successful businessmen or whatever, so they don't have a lot of guidance in their life from a dad. And they decide to go in a restaurant and kidnap a famous or should I say former mafia guy, a mobster, and they take him to a house, and the movie starts, and it's a psychological fight. He's manipulating them one against the other and all that stuff. He's like the devil. If you capture the devil and you strap the devil to a chair, and the devil is going to influence everything and win anyway, it doesn't matter. He doesn't need a gun. He doesn't need anything. But they are really, really, really stupid.
And
the
that's
plan is dumb as hell.
yeah, but even the fact that he's manipulating them, they have no consequences on the scenario, and it's a shame. It should have been really better to create like a battle royale inside the house or something else.
It's a $5 million movie,
Yeah,
and
but
the
there's no
director is not very
consequences.
talented.
He's manipulating, but there's no consequences at the end.
Yeah.
Nothing.
And I think that would have been the most interesting thing, because when he started to, as Christopher Walken is a great actor every time he speaks, but when he tries to doing mind tricks to all of them, try to manipulate them, this is the most interesting things, and you want to see something happens
Yeah, but there's
for
nothing.
that,
There's nothing.
and nothing happens. Yeah.
I think the coolest things about Suicide Kings, it's the title. I think the title is fantastic.
I think this movie is kind of like a cartoon. It's like a caricature of a Tarantino movie, but in a bad way. So
Cheap way.
It's very cheap. It's too bad. They should remake it. They can use Christopher Walken still. He can still do it.
Yeah.
Let's redo it with Ryan Reynolds and.
No, with Chris Pine. No, he's old now, Chris Pine.
No, they're all too old. Chalamet.
Yes,
Chalamet and Christopher Walken.
Yeah,
Let's do
Austin Butler and everybody.
But it is below. What's his name? The guy from Snatch. Guy Ritchie. It's
Guy
way
Ritchie.
below Guy Ritchie. And Guy Ritchie is already a copy of Tarantino, This is way below that. We're scraping the bottom. There's like nothing left.
Which movies from Guy Ritchie? Because I think we can say
There's only two.
Yeah, two. That's it.
I'm not talking about a King Arthur or.
Oh, really? Why?
Yeah.
So that's the end. The maker Peter O'Fallon, he did series before, only series, and he did only series after.
Yeah,
I don't even know why did they choose him. What is the point of this?
I think for the budget, they were able to make a competently made movie. It looks okay. The sound is okay. The dialogues are acceptable. It's acceptable. You can watch it. You can watch it now. Oh, if you've never seen it, well, you know what? It's not a bad movie.
If it was released now, it will be at Cannes, Festival de Cannes, Oscars, and everything. So.
What hurts watching this movie is the potential. They could have. I can see they could have done something great.
Yeah,
but they didn't, and it's fine.
I saw exactly the same thing, and I was very surprised to see it doesn't reflect every time, and this is an example. But on IMDb, the movie has 6.9, something like that, which is quite correct, So when I saw the notation, I was expecting something way better than that. Yeah,
I can imagine. But it's like we were talking about in another podcast about Black Rain. It's the emotion you've got when you watched it in the 90s. So maybe
I can understand.
You haven't seen it when you were young, so now you realize that it's a correct movie. That's it, TV movie or DVD movie. And it was released on theater because of Christopher Walken. Neither, I think, it will be straight to DVDs, to cassette, VHS.
Yeah, on Netflix or Amazon, like the third or fourth movies of the month,
But I think I wasn't disappointed, like I was disappointed about Interview with a Vampire, because it's a small movie. Interview with a Vampire, I was like, oh my God, what is happening there? But now it's okay.
Interview with a Vampire had more talent, way more talent.
Yeah.
better
More
actors,
cinematography, yeah.
better
Less-
cinematographer, music,
yeah,
everything.
It was way more competent.
Sebastian, let me ask you this. If you had to choose, okay, which one is better? Suicide Kings or A Simple Plan?
I was sure we would have talked about it at one moment or
It's
another.
similar to me in the category,
I
right?
know.
So what do you think?
100% a Simple Plan.
You're still gonna go with that? Wow.
Yeah. I stick with it. Yeah.
Look, Suicide King is not as boring. It's not boring because
It's not
every time
boring at
Christopher
all.
Walken is on the screen, it's awesome.
I agree, but I like the vibe and the story of the Simple Plan. You know, I'm a
Because
simple guy.
if there was
What can I
snow,
say?
what if there was snow in Suicide Kings? Would you like it better?
If it was snow and Kevin Costner on the horse, maybe, yeah. Would
And
have
look,
been.
Simple Plan had a real director, Sam Raimi, and I'm sure the budget is higher, right? Right? And they made a terrible, boring movie. By the way, listeners, if you want to know more about A Simple Plan, check out our podcast at the other episode. You'll like it. You'll like Sebastian after that.
If you want to don't know more, you can check it as well. So no problem.
You can also just
don't watch it if you don't care. Yeah.
And for the Patreon subscribers, there's a button you can press to remove Sebastian from the. You can vote Sebastian out of the chat.
But
so
be back to the movie. I know this movie's got a lot of fans. Not as much as many other movies of this time, but anyway, all my life I will have a particular affection for this movie.
Yeah. And I can understand that because, like you said, it's a little bit like me and Mosquito Coast. You know, I have something attached to the movie because at the time I watched it and the context I watched it. So yeah,
I think we said that we don't talk about Mosquito Coast anymore. So I don't understand.
The TV show.
Oh,
Come on.
No, but I want to say that Suicide King is objectively better than A Simple Plan. It's objectively a better movie.
The only reason you can say that is because of Christopher Walken, and
exactly
in that, if you take only that, I can agree with you. But if you take the movie in
Christopher Walken is not only that; it's Christopher Walken, guys.
Is there a simple Jack in the movie?
But
no,
like I said, Christopher Walken is awfully underused in this movie. I mean, he's terrific.
He doesn't have to be used. He's just awesome.
He's terrific every time he speaks or he acts because he takes everything in the room, everything in the scene. But still, you know, it's I mean, it could have been so much better.
So, guys, let me ask you that. Who is the good guy in the movie? Is it Christopher Walken?
None of them.
Except the guy from Big Bang Theory, there's no good guy. All they are cheater or kidnapper.
I think Christopher Walken is the good guy.
Come on, you have killed guys all of his life, and
he's the victim in the movie. He had nothing to do with this. You know?
But
I'm on team Christopher Walken.
It tells you all the movie that he killed guy. He fed the dog with the guy he killed. You know, this kind of stuff. You know, so I mean, you can respect the actor, but you can't respect the character. You know, he's a bad guy.
But it's amazing because, like we said, it's a small budget, but the supporting roles, they have quite good actors. The girls in the 17s, we know her face. I mean, there's many faces that we recognize for the supporting roles.
The girl actually is, if I'm not mistaken, I think this is the girl who were playing in the Faculty.
Laura San Giacomo.
Probably, yeah.
And in Pretty Woman, in many, even the two kidnappers, we know their face.
Yeah.
We know
in
their face.
All mafia movies, you see this kind of faces, yeah.
You know, I think this movie is just like a teenager version of a Tarantino movie or a Guy Ritchie movie. It's for teenagers. It's like those stupid, like Cruel Intention it's for teenagers. All you need is Christopher Walken. He's terrifying. and they're like, "Ooh, shit! They got Christopher Walken. What are we gonna do?" That's it.
So
Everything. You don't have to go that far.
you could say this is the perfect mix between, I don't know, Pulp Fiction and Dawson Creek.
Of course, yeah.
You know what it is? It is a training movie for people who are gonna watch Tarantino later, and it's for 13 years old, 14-year-old. My
Yeah.
son could watch it and be like, you know,
They
that's
will
it.
enjoy. I'm sure they will enjoy.
The biggest moment where I saw them literally stealing from Guy
Coen
Ritchie
brothers?
again. I keep forgetting his
Coen
name.
brothers. There's Coen style, Coen brother style inside also.
I didn't see that, but I saw Guy Ritchie when they remember the story in the casino. He tells the story of what happened in the casino. Oh, let me tell that story, and he tells the story, and you see the flashback, and I was like, man, this is like 100% Snatch and Lock, Stock, Two Smoking Barrel when they introduce a character with a background. He's the guy who did this. What? Tell me how.
In a sense,
and they did it badly.
It's Coen. It's influenced by Coen brothers because they are losers. You know, nothing is working well. The plan that they have made, it's obviously not working. The two kidnappers, they are completely dumb. You know, so
I think
don't
it's not a movie for adults. It's a movie for 14 years old. Their first gangster movie. Oh shit. Who is Christopher Walken? Oh my God, he's scary. You know, that because the plan could only be designed by 12-year-old minds. Oh, we're gonna kidnap a mob guy, cut his finger, and everything's gonna be fine. You know, we're gonna win.
This is exactly what you think just after 2 minutes after the beginning of the movie.
Yeah. What was their plan anyway? What was gonna happen? They were gonna cut his finger. He would help them so they don't cut more of his finger. And then what? He knows who they are. They would have to kill him. This is stupid. All right, let me ask you this, guys. If you had a hard drive with only room for 100 movies, would you keep it?
I remove Simple Plan and I keep this one.
So I never had Simple Plan in my hard drive for 100. Even in my, I think in the podcast I remember I said 10,000 movies.
Mm-hmm.
No, of course.
Yeah.
Maybe can I cut the sequence that I love? It will take less space, and I will keep all the sequence with Christopher Walken and Denis Leary, and I save the movie. But that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay. Sebastian?
I mean, if now the rule allowed to make a montage of everything we like in the movie, yeah, of course I could. I could make a montage of 3 hours of Christopher Walken in all his movies, but except that, if the rule is the rule, it will not be a surprise that I will not keep it in my 100 hard drive movies. Yeah,
his 100 hard drive movie is just like 99 times a simple plan. Simple plan. I think if I was 16 and I saw that movie, I would be blown away. I'd be like, "Oh my God, it's great!"
Like we were when we
I'm
have
almost
watched
50,
it.
So I don't feel. I'm Christopher Walken now. I'm sitting on a chair, like, "Oh guys, what are we gonna do?"
We were 18 when we have watched this movie. So when
did we watch it? I don't remember. Was it in London?
No, it was in Marseille, in Jouk, to be.
Really?
Yes, we watched it together in Jouk, and we were, oh my God, it's fantastic. Have you seen the scenery?
What?
Now I understand.
Okay, I see. Yeah, I understand why we liked it. But there was already superior product that we had seen. We had seen Reservoir Dogs. We had seen Tarantino, all these movies before. So that's like a cheap, like cheeseburger. Like, oh,
completely. You know, I wish today we can have $5 million movies like this.
Yeah, I agree, 100%.
Yeah.
All right. What do you guys think? The audience, have you seen this movie? Are you gonna watch this movie? Are you 16? If you are 16, maybe you shouldn't be listening to us. And until the next episode, thank you very much. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Sebastian, Hugo, see you later.
See you guys. Thank you very much.
See you another time.